Hey guys, so today we are going to start talking about measurement. So when a problem asks you to turn one measurement, such as something like feet, into another measurement, such as yards, inches, miles, anytime we are changing a measurement, we need to use the star chart. You never have to remember any of these things that are on the star chart. You have to remember how to use it, but not any of the actual numbers. And this is also called your reference materials. That's the fancy term for it, and that's what will be on the paper. But again, you will always get that information on a test. So this is a mini look at it: length, volume, capacity, weight, and mass. So let's go to the inside and let's practice. So in example 1, the table is 90 inches long. How many feet are the table? So we want to change inches into feet. So now I'm going to go down here to my star chart. I put one right here, and we need feet on one side, inches on the other. And we are going to use the format blank equals blank. So that means down here, I need one number from this side and one number from this side. One of them is feet, one of them is inches. So when I'm looking, I have inches here, and then on the opposite side, I have foot, which is okay because feet and foot are the same thing. I have 1 foot, 2 feet. So that's the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that 1 foot, and I'm going to use the abbreviations, equals 12 inches. My next step is I'm going to take this thing from the problem. So the problem had 90 inches. And I am going to make a new measurement down here right below it. And inches, again, is from the problem. So my 90 inches is going to go on the same side as inches. So I'm going to write 90 inches equals, we don't know how many feet. Okay? So again, this is from the star chart down here. And then this is from the question. So now we are just going to solve it like a regular old proportion. So I'm going to circle and multiply. 90 times 1 is 90. The 12 is left over, so I divide by 12. And that's going to give me how many feet. So 90 goes inside, 12 goes outside, 2 dinner plates. 12 cannot go into 9. It goes into 97 times, which gives me 84. I subtract and get 6. Now, this is where a lot of us mess up. Before we can bring down a donut, we have to add that decimal. Now we can add a donut and make that 6 into a 60. So 12 goes into 65 times, and that finishes up my division. So I have 7.5 feet. My table is 7.5 feet. All right, example 2. If an ice chest will hold 32 cups, how many gallons will it hold? So in this one, we want to turn cups into gallons. So down here on the star chart, I'm going to fill in, I need cups and gallons. 1 on this side, 1 on this side. So if I look, I only have 1 gallon, but on the other side, it's quarts. So I need this cups down here. And since those two are not on the same row, the cups and the gallons are not on the same row, we have to circle all the way up to the gallons, and we have to multiply those numbers. So I do 4 times 2 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, and that is 16 cups. So I'm going to write 1 gallon equals 16 cups. My next step is to pull from the question. The question says 32 cups. So when I rewrite my new one, I'm going to be on the cups side, which is over here, 32 cups. So 32 cups is question mark gallons, and then I solve it. So 32 times 1 is 32. And we are dividing by 16. And 32 divided by 16, that is 2. That goes in perfectly. So 2 gallons would be my answer. All right. Example 3. If 1 ounce is 28.3 grams, how many grams are there in 3.5 ounces? So notice I did not give a piece of the star chart. That is because ounces is customary and grams is metric. You cannot move between customary and metric. But if you also notice, they gave me this right here. It says 1 ounce is 28.3 grams. So that is already my measurement. Is an equals word. So 1 ounce is 28.3 grams. It already told me that. So my third number that we would set up below would be 3.5 ounces. So that's going to go on the ounces side. So 3.5 ounces is how many grams? And then we would just solve like normal again. So we're going to multiply. So 28.3 goes on top because it's longer. 3.5, and then we're going to multiply. So that'd give me 15, 41, 14. Mark, mark, mark. Don't forget your smiley face. Some of us have been forgetting that. 9, 24, 6, 7, 8, and then we can add. So when we add, we get 5, 10, 9, 9. Don't forget to circle the numbers behind your decimals. So that's 2 hops, which is 99.05. And if we divide by 1, nothing changes. So my answer is 99.05 grams. All right. So in this last one, Harry's height is 3 meters, 20 centimeters. So automatically I notice these are different. How tall is Harry in millimeters? So I need to change meters into millimeters and centimeters into millimeters. So this time I'm going to have to change both. So let's go down here at the star chart. I have millimeters and centimeters right next to each other. So I know 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So that's going to go for this one because this one has centimeters and millimeters, okay? But I also need the words meters and millimeters. And on that one, I'm going to have to go up because meter is here. So on that one, I'm going to have to multiply and get 1,000 millimeters. So on that one, 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So now I need to take this meters and plug it here and the centimeters and plug it here. So 3 meters equals, we don't know. And over here we have 20 centimeters equals, we don't know. And then we can just solve. So we're going to multiply. That gives me 3,000. And again, if I divide by 1, nothing changes. So 3,000 millimeters. Over here, I'm also going to multiply. That gives me 200. Divided by 1. Doesn't change anything. So 200 millimeters. And I want to know the total, so I would add. So that would give me 3,200 millimeters. So on that one, we had to change meters and centimeters into millimeters. So once you get your star chart, plug in your question, and then you are good to go.